good friends, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure, on behalf of PDP Nigeria and Diaspora, to welcome all of you this morning to this very important interactive meeting between members of the Interim National Working Committee, members of the Board of Trustees, and indeed other very important stakeholders of our party. This is the first of such meetings that were happening since our selection and inauguration as members of the Interim National Working Committee of this great party of ours. Since then, after the approval of our timetable by our NEC, we started hitting the ground running. And all of you are witnesses to the respective events that have been carried out by us in very strict collaboration with the state chairman and chairman in the 774 local government areas in Nigeria. I want to announce that this collaboration, as always, had been a success, and that is why today we can beat our chest to say that PDP will contest election in every constituency where election will be held in 2027. And it's not just about contesting, it's about contesting to win. And that is why we sat down carefully and methodically, and we sat down again and then examined each and every one of the individuals that had presented themselves for election as a candidate under the platform of our party. We've done background checks, and we're still doing background checks on some of the people that had even emerged, because PDP will not want a situation where for any reason that we win election and then that victory will be taken out from us at the tribunal. But for our gubernatorial candidates, we've gone beyond that. We've made sure that we're also doing security checks on them. That is why when we move into the events of the day, you will discover that the first set of our candidates who had been cleared, their certificates of return will be those that are engraven like this. Others that we received just yesterday, we said we're not going to postpone it, we'll give it to them. So their own may not have been engraven or laminated like this, but we'll still give them. And there are still others, very little number, that are yet to be cleared. Issues have been raised. They are not very serious issues of concern, but yet there are issues that we consider very significant, and those issues have to be cleared. So for those individuals, we will not be giving them their certificate of return today. And then if the situation gets to a point where it is beyond us, where we may ask further explanations from them, we will now invite them to sit with us or invite them to make further clarification to us so that we can make those clarifications to the security agencies. I assure you that it's only PDP that is doing this in this country. And we are doing this because for us in PDP, the next set of leaders must be ones that are beyond reproach. They must be clean. They must be leaders that are honest. They must be leaders that are credible. They must be leaders that have necessary capacity to deliver democracy dividend to their people. Because that is vintage PDP. And we're going back to what we've always been known for. Service delivery. Service to the people through handing over power to the people. And that was what we've done in the series of exercises that we've carried out in producing not only our gubernatorial candidates, but even our candidates to the National Assembly, our candidates to the state houses of assemblies, and indeed, our presidential candidate. Today, I doubt if there's any presidential candidate of any political party, and I dare say including the All People's Congress, that can stand shoulder to shoulder with our own candidate. So wherever you go, whenever you find yourselves in the midst of people, whether they are our friends on the other side or not, raise their shoulders very high, because PDP will set the pace. Others will follow. I want to most specially thank the state chairman. We've always recognized the colossal and uncommon efforts that you've been doing individually and collectively to make sure that this party survives even under very difficult terrain. We appreciate you. I want to assure you that even though your road may be in heaven, but you get a substantial part of it in this world. For our staff, I also want to thank you. You've had a lot of sleepless nights. You have to forgo a lot of holidays and public holidays. Sometimes even at great risk to yourselves, to stay back and make sure that we meet certain timelines. Without you, the successes that we've achieved will not have been possible. So on behalf of the Interim National Working Committee, and indeed all leaders of PDP, both in Nigeria and in diaspora, I want to thank you most especially. And I want to assure you again that this time around, the various governments that PDP will be forming, both in the states and at the center, will be on the basis of monkey walk, monkey chop. If baboon wants to chop, baboon must also be seen to be walking along with monkeys. So I want to assure you, our staff, that your efforts will not go without any reward. Finally, let me once again thank our gubernatorial candidates. For any individual to come out and raise his hand that I want to stand for election on the platform and opposition party, any opposition party in Nigeria today, takes a lot of courage. You've displayed uncommon courage you've displayed a lot of love, unparalleled level of patriotism for you to say, we will rise and then save our country. We will rise and say, it's not going to be business as usual. We will rise and say, enough is enough. We will rise and say, Nigerians, at last there is hope. Hope is coming, and hope is coming through the People's Democratic Party. So as we give you your certificates of return this morning, just know that in PDP, the party is supreme. The party is supreme. Yes, you've bought our votes. Yes, you've been screened. Yes, you passed our screening. Yes, you stood for primary elections and had emerged whether through election or consensus. Yes, we are going to give you a certificate of return. But before we take your names to INEC, you will sign. You will sign an undertaking. What had happened before will not happen again. Nobody, moving forward, nobody will take our mandate to another political party and get away with it. So the condition of submitting your names to INEC, you will have to sign undertakings with us. And you know I'm a lawyer. That one, I will tell you very well. And it's not the kind of undertaking that we will allow you to consult your lawyer. You will not consult your lawyer. They will give you to sign. In fact, we'll even ask you, so just sign without reading what you are signing. On a serious note, honestly, that was one of the things that we had to look at, the background of our candidates. Are they ones that would not get our mandate and decide to run to the comfort zones? And let me say that we've all found you to be worthy of our trust. So I want to congratulate you for witnessing this day. I want to congratulate the members of the Interim National Working Committee for achieving this monumental success. Finally, let me say for the benefit of members of the society, that PDP is on the rise again. PDP is coming up with candidates that will be unequaled and unparalleled by any other candidate for any other political party, including the APC. And will come and go to every nook and cranny in this country and canvass for your votes. Because despite what anybody will say, this time around, your votes, Nigerians, will count and it will matter. So I want to thank you very much. And then once again I say, welcome and God bless you. PDP! Power. PDP! Power to the people. PDP, welcome.
Thank you very much, National Chairman. You spoke as...
I want to, on behalf of my colleagues, governorship candidates of our party, say we are grateful, honored, and respectfully, we say thank you for this opportunity, privilege that has been offered us to fly the flag of the People's Democratic Party. We are honored to pick this umbrella, and indeed, in rainy times and sunny times, the umbrella becomes one of the most valuable things you hold, to weather the storm. I want to thank you for the confidence We thank you for the process, transparent process, that this party is known for since the day of inception, to date. We are unique and different, from other, parties. I can tell you from my own observation that in the primaries that were conducted in the various parties across Nigeria, the PDP, this PDP, was the fairest, most organized, well, and all the requirements and processes, were met orderly. We say a big thank you to the managers of this party. They are indeed very fantastic and knowledgeable. Mr. Chairman, I will not end up, if not speaking on behalf of my colleague, that we know there are trying times, but these are not really big problems. The MC, our publicity secretary, said that we took the risk. We never took any risk. We saw the leadership of this party clearing the road for us, and it was easy for us. Each time we see representatives of this party speak on behalf of the party, you can raise your head high and be proud any day that we are at the right place and at the right time. I am not unmindful of the challenges. It's a very small problem. A very small problem. And when I was making my decision, I knew as a lawyer, not a baby lawyer for that matter, I knew clearly that this is where the authentic PDP resides. We have managed Nigeria in a manner in the recent time that we cannot say we are proud Nigerians. I have always said that when a president of a country coerces legislation, coerces judiciary, that is not good governance. That is not deepening democracy. Indeed, the only time Nigeria experienced where the separation of power functioned ultimately was the time our presidential candidate was president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So indeed, we will always stand on the side of truth, follow dutifully and dedicatedly what is going on, and I would say, by God's grace and the power of God, we will all succeed.
Amen.
Recently, a few things happened in the National Assembly. I'm the current member of the House of Representatives, where there was vacancy in the position of minority leader. There were too much interest. There were too much interest that wanted us to do what is wrong, what is not right, by even the rules of the House. But this is where resilience matters. We stood our ground and we say the right thing must be done. The constitution must be followed, the rules of engagement must be followed, and we will produce who we all decide is the best for us. And by the grace of God, Right Honorable Fred Akbedi, one of us here emerged as the new minority leader. It is an outcome of resilience. It's an outcome of standing our ground for justice. It's an outcome to look for fairness and upholding the rule of law and practice. So I'm very convinced that in no distant time, I'm counting days, not weeks, not months, that all will be well. We will go to our national headquarters once again, and we will operate from there. And Nigeria, for once, we have a sign of relief that the real party in preparation to change the hardship, the suffering, and the hopelessness of this country in 2027 has just come to life. Once again, Mr. Chairman, on behalf of my colleagues, we say a big thank you, and may God bless all of us in Jesus' name.
These people know gubernatorial already.
Thank you very much. PDP! PDP!
Power!
PDP! Your Excellency, the chairman of our great party, the Interim National Chairman of our great party, your colleagues in the iNWC, the BOT, the staffers of our great party, state chairman of our party, my colleagues, the candidates. I am Caleb Andrew Mebagara, the candidate for PDP at the State Governorship. I want to, on behalf of our colleagues from the North, say a big thank you to you, sir, for your impeccable leadership of our great party. Without you, we wouldn't have known where we'll be now. You are a great leader. And I believe that posterity will be kind to you and your team. Sir, we want to assure you that not only shall we deliver our states, we are going to deliver Nigeria 2027. PDP is the way to go. And for all Nigerians, if you are not happy with the state of things, go get your PVC, let us return power to the people of Nigeria in 2027. PDP is the only party that can deliver good governance. PDP is the only party that can bring back hope to all of us in this country. Fair play, discipline, inclusivity is only in PDP. And therefore, sir, we want to assure you that not only are we going to do our best, but we will work and partner with this party. We'll give all our utmost best and support to this great party. And to our colleagues that have left this, beautiful platform, our doors are still open. Come back and let us work together to rescue our nation for the good of all. We are bleeding. It hasn't been this bad. Let us come together and rescue our nation. This is the only country we have. This is the only place we have to call home. And therefore, we cannot let it go down the drains. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. We appreciate Nigerians. We appreciate everyone. And may God bless us all. Thank you.